Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of I Will Aim podcast. And our topic for today is health and wellness with Jessica Skinner. Jessica is a bilingual life and wellness coach, a forever living business owner, and speaker. She started her career as an entrepreneur in Brazil. When she moved to the US, she joined the corporate world and worked in that capacity for 18 years, where she grew to an executive position, a mother of four, and absolutely loving what she's doing today. She's able to do what she always loved to do: help other people achieve their goals, improve their life, uncover dreams, and help just like she did it. Through coaching and availability of the highest quality of health, wellness, beauty product offered in 66 country, she combined an amazing and unique experience from inside out. If you'd like to know more about how to improve your personal and work life, learn about business opportunity, and improve your health and wellness, she is the person for you. Welcome, Jessica. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Will. Thank you for asking. I really want to say that it's a pleasure to be at your podcast and to discuss how people can grow and change their personal and professional lives. Thank you.
I'm really excited about this. Let's go for the first question. Can you share a little bit about your journey?
Absolutely. So I am a born leader and have the entrepreneurship at heart. I did start my journey in a family business and I solidified all aspects of running the business. So I had many mentors, family members, professors, and more, and I learned so much through those years. So, as you mentioned earlier, many years later, I decided to permanently move from Brazil to the United States. And that's when I entered into the financial corporate world. And I remained there for almost 18 years. And I grew to a position of an executive position. However, I did miss applying some of the knowledge and especially the creativity and the growth, uncapped growth that I would have had as an entrepreneur. So now that I became more experienced, of course, in helping others through coaching and also as a volunteer, I exited the corporate world. I got certified and I changed my life to much better. And now, more than ever before, I am so thrilled and ready to continue to help other people also achieve their dreams. So, to be content, there needs to be a balance between health, wellness, and mind. And that involves work too. It's tough to juggle all of them. And that's where a coach can make that path clear and help the client to be accountable and achieve their dreams.
Well, thank you for sharing a very successful career that includes going to the corporate and realizing that you want to do your own thing because there's an uncapped limit on that one. Congratulations on all your success and looking forward to talk about health and wellness on this episode. Next, I want to do a shout out. I want to shout out this episode to my eldest daughter, Faith Lukang. She's a senior in college right now doing a co-op. I'm really so proud of her. This episode, Faith, this one is for you. Who do you want to shout out this episode to?
That's a tough one, Will, but I will say that my immediate family has been so supportive of the changes and embracing everything with me and going along with it. So I am eternally grateful for my family.
I think that's an amazing shout out. Family is the foundation, right? Let's go to the next question. What is the biggest misconception people have about health and wellness, and how do you address it?
So there are several misconceptions today with overabundance of information online, but one that I think of is that supplements are all beneficial. While supplements can be beneficial in certain situations, there are several reasons why they might not always be the best choice. For example, the potential side effects. Some supplements can cause adverse reactions, especially when taken on high doses or combined with other supplements or medications. For example, high doses of vitamin E can increase the risk of bleeding. Another concern is interaction with medication. Supplements can interact with prescription medications, potentially reducing the effectiveness or causing harmful side effects. St. John's wort, for example, can interfere with antidepressants, birth controls, and other medications. Overconsumption can also be an issue. So taking too many of them can lead to toxicity. So, for example, excessive vitamin A can cause liver damage, while too much iron can lead to gastrointestinal issues and other health problems. A lot what happens today is also a false sense of security. So relying on a supplement might lead some people to neglect a balanced diet. Nothing substitute a balanced diet. So whole foods provide a complex mix of nutrients, fiber, and other beneficial compounds that supplements cannot fully replicate. And lastly, lack of regulation. So unlike prescription medications, dietary supplements are not strictly regulated by the FDA. So this means that their safety, efficacy, and quality can vary widely.
Wow, this is a amazing example of misconception. Thank you for sharing them. To a certain degree, as I listened to it, I was kind of scared to like, wow, yeah, a lot of people do depend a lot on supplements. It's like they gravitate toward supplements versus doing the right thing for themselves. Can we go as we go to the next question? Can you share a client success story that deeply impacted you and reflect the principle you coach?
Absolutely. So, supplements are a very good thing, but you have to be careful. So, always consult your doctor on this, right? Get medical advice. Now, as far as a good story, I'm thinking now of a client that specifically had intestinal problems for many years. So, constipation was one of the main aspects of that issue. So, when we did a discovery call where this surfaced on our conversation and how it disrupted the client's life, although this client already sees the doctor and tries to maintain a healthy eating habit, we uncovered that part of the issue was stress related and that was impacting the body, including the intestines. So we tested the vision that she had about wanting to improve that aspect of her life. And now she was ready to commit to improve. And once she had that commitment, absolutely she took the steps needed to change for the better. So with the right set of strategic coaching sessions, she learned how to tailor methods to manage the stress and started taking the best aloe juice in the world to help her with those intestinal problems as well. So the results came after, I would say 4 to 6 weeks started to appear. And now even she's saying her skin improved. Some of the blemishes that she had are gone. She's more hydrated. So she's super happy with the results.
Wow, that's an amazing story. I think through like helping them discover what's the root cause of the problem versus masking with supplement. What are the three most important daily habits that anyone can adopt to improve their overall well-being?
I would say that the top three would be to have a daily gratitude journal, to
Mhm.
practice
I agree.
gratitude, breathing exercises also daily, and especially time for self care.
As a coach, I want to deep dive on this particular topic. Or do you have any suggestion of how they could go about starting journaling, breathing exercise? What sort of breathing exercise that they should adopt? Because there's a lot of them out there. In fact, I did research one last week, and I was like, oh my God, there's so many of them. Which one do you follow?
So there are a couple of different ones, but let's go with the breathing first. There is a square breathing exercise that you can do, and you can do this to help you with two things: get some energy back and also to calm down.
Mhm.
So this breathing exercise is good for these two things. So you just need to take about a minute or two, and it's a square breathing because it's four different sides to the breathing, and it's 4 seconds each step. Okay. So you deep breathe in using the belly, not the chest. Take 4 seconds to breathe in deeply. And when you finally reach the top of that breathing, you hold your breath for 4 seconds. And after that, you let go slowly and profoundly all of the breath from your lungs for 4 seconds. And when you reach the bottom, you hold it for another 4 seconds. So you can do this a couple of times and you will feel more energetic and calmer.
Wow, I'll give that a try. How about journaling? How does one person start journaling?
So there's many different ways of doing that. Some people like to type it, some people just rather write it down on a piece of paper. Once we're putting it outside of us, not just in our thought, it creates a bigger impact. That's why it's so important to write it down. Okay, or type it, however you prefer, not just thinking about it. So you might want to just start with three a day, three different things that you want to be grateful for, and you write them down and you write why you are grateful for them. And as you're doing that, your mental capacity and your energetic system starts to go towards that. You start to take deeper breaths, and the sense of joy and peace and happiness starts entering when you start practicing that in a regular basis. And you can grow to more things to be grateful a day, but try not to be always the same repetitive things. So you're
Okay.
actually expanding your vision and understanding of the universe and the dimensions of gratitude and joy.
Thank you for sharing the square breathing exercise and also the journaling approach. And I love the fact that you highlight don't put on the same thing and try to explore and experiment. Thank you for highlighting that. Now I want to kind of go to a different tangent of health and well-being, mental health. How do you approach mental health as part of your health wellness coaching, and why it is just as important as physical health?
Such an important question, Will. So, everything is created twice. First, it's created in the mind.
Yeah.
So, mental health is crucial for well being and a healthy lifestyle. In my coaching sessions, on our discovery call, we find out if the client is a good fit or not. So, if they are not a good fit, then there is a recommendation to the appropriate coach, maybe specialize in something else,
Mhm.
a therapist, a psychologist, or even a psychiatrist, which all are wonderful and for different things. And they will help the person in different ways to achieve the goals that they're looking for.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Next question I have: what advice do you have for someone who feels overwhelmed with the idea of starting a health journey?
So it's important that the person understands the reason behind certain beliefs. So if they're holding back and they're scared, we need to uncover why. So part of the coaching is to revisit a possibility to also readjust or change certain beliefs that you've been gripping to, and then build up the new belief of possibility, empowerment, and achievable goals. So that's the beginning of the stages of the coaching sessions.
I love the thought of belief of possibility. I think that's like potential and opportunities. Thank you for sharing that one. In this world of quick fix and fads and diet, how do you guide your client toward a more sustainable long-term health?
Very good, because we don't want just a quick fix. We want something that's sustainable, right? So the initial assessment and a monthly feedback is crucial to keep aligning and personalizing the program to the client or that group. Depending on how many changes and how involved and committed the person is, they might be able to achieve their goals. Maybe within 3 months, some might be 6 months, others a year. And then it's important to have an annual assessment so we can see what are our new goals, what are the new things that I need to maybe adjust that I didn't realize before, or my life change, I need to reassess this. So as far as quick fix, we might need to be open in adjusting and understanding that belief before we start working on the final goal.
I like the thought about having like a continuous meeting with the wellness coach because that sort of give you the accountability partner, someone that holds you accountable and also check what you're doing and give you guidance like, oh, that's not right. This is how you do it. I love the fact that those check-in and the yearly assessment kind of establish like how far you have come from where you started and give you that perspective because at times we go to this journey that we're on and we don't even realize or appreciate how far we've gone, right? How far we have come, and then by doing that assessment, it all automatically I think of like, wow, you'll be able to like say how were you doing before, and here's where you are now. You might not be 100% satisfied, but look at your progress.
Absolutely. That's a great thing to put on your gratitude
Exactly. I
journal.
think that to
Yeah.
me, like, wow, I just like thought about that. Thank you for sharing that, doing the assessment and doing the follow up or the frequent check in. What role does a self compassion play in achieving health and wellness goal, and how can people practice it daily?
So, the right understanding of self compassion is very important because it can help you to not give up, but it can also lead you into getting stuck or falsely comfortable. So, you have to understand that.
Finding the fine balance between the two. We talk a lot about health and wellness. You provided the five misconceptions, and we talk about compassion. We talk about how do you set up long-term health and well-being. If there are three takeaway from today's episode, what would those three takeaway? What do you want people to remember?
I think it's important that the person realizes if they are not sure exactly where they want to be next, for example, what is your dream clearly, or if you are tired of procrastinating, maybe things that you want to do, or you want to change your life or make something happen, to find the right coach for you. Because then you will have the tools that you need and the accountability, like you said, to achieve those goals.
I think finding the right coach. I think you said that multiple times already. Even one of the question you answered was if you're not the right coach, you help them find the right coach for them. I think I love that you as a coach have thought of that. That goes to show that you cared so much about your client, and that goes to show how you are so successful and why you're where you are today. Thank you for being a coach that helps people with their health and well-being. Before we end the episode, I want to give you an opportunity to let my audience know how do they reach out to you.
So it's easy to find me. All my profiles are my full name, which is Jessica J. Skinner. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
I'll include those links on the post when on the episode when I release it. Jessica, really want to thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you coming to our episode and sharing your knowledge and expertise and wishing you continued success.
Thank you so much, Will, for this amazing conversation and opportunity. And I'm looking forward to connecting to your audience.
You're welcome.